Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today we are going to be doing some work on the train tracks here. We've been doing a lot of work in this area recently, and I think this is actually starting to shape up pretty nicely. We have the train station here, as well as the extended platform that we worked on previously, and we also cleaned up this area as well. And the side here still needs a little bit of work, but I'm saving that for when we work on the engine shed. But instead of working in this area again, I want to shift my focus over to the rest of the city here because it really needs it. There is some spots in the track layout that I can't fix yet, like this right here, because I need to do my research on Trix Bricks, tracks, and things like that, and see what third-party things are out there so that I can make this work and have a line going straight and also switching off to this side here. And then I also want to go in and I want to tear apart that mountain module, connect all of this track up, and then add the road crossing back here, and then fix up this section as well, and then hopefully have the track curve back around this way, as well as having it come back this way. Also, ignore the Ferris wheel here. That is just a temporary placement for it. I might end up keeping it here, but I seriously doubt it. So just bear with me on that one. I just thought I'd place it there just to see how it looked, but I don't know if I really like it there. And so like I said, we are going to skip over this front section here, but I did want to just show you guys, I finally found the Wolfpack guy from the CMF series. I finally found him. I actually found two of them, but the other one is not on the table at the moment. And so I have a couple of these wolves now, which is awesome. I have been trying to get these since January, and so these are really, really cool. Hopefully I can actually add these to the city. That would be pretty cool. But that is not really the point of the video. I just wanted to show you guys that because I was really excited. I found this guy. The box was completely untouched as well. So that was really cool. But again, not the point of the video. So we're going to walk around and we are probably just going to tackle the biggest section first, which is going to be right back here, which is this half open mountain module here, which also has a train tunnel on it. So we're going to take a look at this really quick. This was a really nice section. I really, really liked this. However, it's got to go. There's no mountain here anymore, and so I need these pieces elsewhere. So we're going to take this apart, and then we are going to fix up the train track because at the moment, all of these base plates are misaligned. So we're going to just take everything apart, start over, and hopefully this will end up really cool. And then we can also figure out this road intersection here because I need to figure out what exactly is going to happen to the apartment building. But for right now, we're going to focus on this. And so let me bring this over to the desk and I will start taking it apart. All right, so I went ahead and I took all of this stuff off the base plate here, and I also added in the crossing. I just threw all of that stuff in a bin. I'm going to sort it all out at a later date, but I'm probably just going to end up rebuilding mountains in the future. So having all the mountain pieces in a bin just kind of makes sense as of right now. It's not really worth it to spend all that time sorting everything, but I'm happy with this. I think this is looking good so far. And then once we get the bricks or like the plates in like I did over here, then we can go ahead and we can put a base plate on top of this, and then we can put a building here. As for what the building is going to be, I have no idea. I have this whole strip of base plates. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 that I have no idea what's going to be here, along with those 2 as well. So there's 7 base plates just in this block that I don't know what is going to be. So we have a lot of room to grow and we have a lot of stuff to do. But the hardware store here is just a placeholder just so I can kind of get a visual for where the road is going to be. That just kind of helps me visualize it a little bit better. And not only did I do this base plate, but I did this one as well. It is still a mess, but I did clean up the train track. So now that is all good to go. And then so the crossing is ready to go. And then I just have to clean up this base plate here and then put it right here. And then that is pretty much that. So then once that is all good to go, then the train could actually pass through the back here. It can't go around the entire layout because we haven't done that section yet, and also the front, but I could get it through here. So we're going to finish this, and then we're going to move our way down that way because while it does look a little bit better than this does currently, it still needs a lot of work. So with all of that being said, let me go ahead and let me fix all of this up here, and then we can go ahead and we can connect the track and move on. Okay, so I went ahead and I added the double wide train crossing here because the double wide road is going to go straight through here. I've decided that that is what I want to do, and then we will have to remodel the apartment building so that it fits here. I think I can make that work. I think that is feasible. And then this actually came up in one big section here right on the Mills plate. So that worked out really, really nicely here. And then pretty much the rest of this is all open, but the train track, as you can see, curves around the Parisian Restaurant, and then it comes straight all the way down here. And it is all pretty much good to go up through this crossing here, which I did also add in just a few moments ago. And so that all looks pretty good. This has all of the proper plate underneath it now because I did drop it earlier today and it got a little bit messed up. But now everything is back in. I will probably go in and fix this because this is bothering me. I don't know why I made it like that, but I did. So that is something that I am going to be fixing. So don't worry about that. And then the next thing that I want to do, I think I'm going to get rid of the switch. Now, as much as I would love to have a siding here, I would love to have a lot of trains. I don't know if you noticed, but I don't think having a siding here is A, going to make a whole lot of sense, and B, I don't think there's space for it, because in order to keep full base plate modular buildings along this side here, I can't have a siding. If I have the siding here, then I have to push everything 16 studs that way, and then these buildings here will have to turn into 16 stud deep modulars like we had in the previous layout, which not a fan of. So we are going to forego that. We're going to keep the full base plate ones. I like those better. So that's going to stay as it is. And then the double wide road is going to go here. And then the 32 studs here will be another row of buildings like you can see with the Holiday Main Street and the Tudor Corner. And then the train tracks will be right on the edge here. So that's what I'm thinking. Then, so with all of that being said, I need to clean this mess up. I need to get rid of the switch track here. I need to add the just regular straight tracks in, and I need to pretty much get rid of all of those pieces there. There's a lot of good pieces in here, lots of tiles and things like that. So that's actually going to be pretty helpful. I'm going to be needing those pieces in the very near future. And so with all of that being said, let me go ahead, let me bring this over to my build table. We can go ahead, we can take the switch track out and then replace it with the tracks and then clean up this base plate. And then I guess we'll just work on this base plate separately just because I don't want to bring over all of these base plates at the same time. I feel like that's a little bit much. And then as for this base plate here, I did already take most of it off because of the Holiday Main Street sitting here. But I don't know if I want to keep the 2 studs of like plate in between the base plate and the tracks here, because the ballast ends where my finger is, and then there's 2 more plates of just stuff here that I had in between the old sidings here. I don't know if I want to keep that. I might just take it out for the time being. Worst case, I could always add it back. It's not going to take super long. So that is that pretty much. And then the Tudor Corner is going to be here. I don't know if I'm going to move the Tudor Corner back 16 studs so that it's in line with the Palace Cinema. I might end up doing that just so then this is one big intersection here instead of having a road come this way on this set of 16 studs and then 16 studs over comes this road. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, so I will probably end up shifting all of this stuff over just a tad, but I can't do that until I fix all this up. So I've got quite a bit of work to do, so without me talking anymore, let me go ahead and remove all this stuff here, and I'll show you guys the completed product. Okay, so I actually ended up just doing it here. I didn't even bring this over to the build table, but this is all done here. I did these 2 base plates here. As you can see, I took all of the extra stuff off of them here, and I even did this 3rd base plate here, and I removed all of the plate behind the Holiday Main Street set, and I went ahead and I figured I should just go ahead and make this 4th base plate as well. So this track is all ballasted as well, and the train crossing is in. I just need to add the road, but I could just take these 2 road plates that I have right here, but I need a crossing, so I need to take one of these out and then replace that with a crossing. But that is not a big deal. And then I also need to just fix all this up because I still have an intersection here which needs to go here, and then there's a whole bunch of other things to do as well, including adding a base plate to that spot because I haven't done that yet. And then we have now 3 whole base plates of space here for buildings, which is really, really cool to see. And this is actually all the pieces that I had taken off of those base plates. So it's a lot. It's a lot of gray plate, dark gray plate. It's a lot of brown and dark brown and even some dark tan plate as well. There was a handful of jumpers underneath the switch, which I did get to salvage some of it. So that's good. I get to keep this in the event I need it. So that is good. And then all the underlaying tile, like the random colors and stuff under the switches and the curves, all the dark gray tile, the foliage pieces here, mainly these olive green 3-leaf pieces, and then some olive green plate. And then that is pretty much that. So I have to put all of that away. And actually, if we take this and we come down this way a little bit, the reason why I didn't do this curve here is because I need a special switch. This won't cut it, unfortunately. And so what I want to do here is have a TrixBrix switch that allows the train to go straight through, right through here, and then over to the expansion table, and then to that eventual other table as well. So I want it to go straight, and I also want it to curve this way because this is where the museum and the hotel is, and it comes between there, and then it will cross this main road here and then curve this way. And this standard Lego switch just doesn't have the math to make it work like that. So I need to get a TrixBrix switch or some third-party switch. I keep saying TrixBrix because that's the only brand that I am aware of that makes these and is actually decently popular. I've seen a bunch of people buy them and like do reviews and stuff online, so that is why I keep mentioning them. But that is pretty much that there. I have quite a bit to clean up here. I have a bunch to salvage here because I can just take this straight track here. If I take the buffer off, I can just take this straight track here and then pretty much just put it here. Or I guess it would be a little bit closer to here. And then that would pretty much be that there. I wouldn't need to change all too much with that. So that's good. That is pretty neat. And then coming over this way, you can start to see how that side is shaping up. And I think that looks really, really good. We will be redoing the apartment building in the future. So that is why I didn't put it back yet. So definitely stay tuned for that, as well as click subscribe so you don't miss when that video drops. But I'm really happy we have the train track completed from this area all the way down the edge, around the corner, all the way down this way, through this special curve here, and then past the train station up at the front, and then around the curve, and then right up to here. So we have a lot done, but there is still a lot to do. I do still need to, one, put base plates down, and then ballast the track up and through here. And then once we get that curve in and that special switch, it's actually the exact same switch that's needed right here. So once I get those switches, then I can complete this, and then the entire loop around the city will be done. And then I could also get this going, and then this could also veer off onto that other eventual table. So with that being said, I think this is where this video is going to end. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys like this video, make sure to like it and subscribe, as well as click the bell notifications so you don't miss any future uploads. If you guys have any feedback for me, make sure to drop a comment down below to let me know what you think. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.